everybody. Welcome to ABA Inside Track, the podcast that's like reading in your car, but safer. This is our preview for our upcoming episode 61. I'm your humble host, Robert Perry Cruz, and with me as always are my fabulous co-hosts.
Hey, it's Diana.
And it's Jackie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Rob.
Hey. We're here in the middle of summer, and we're getting ready to record our episode on episode 61, where we have a special guest phoning in. Dinah,
She totally phoned it in, guys.
She totally phoned it in. Dinah, do you want to talk about our topic and who our special guest is?
Sure, yeah. So we're going to talk next week about discontinuous data collection, the myths, and the truths. And our special guest is Legendary. She's a doctor. Mary Kate Carey, who is one of my longtime colleagues and friends, and I'm super excited to have her on the show.
Yes, for those of you new to the show, ABA Inside Track, every other week in between our little preview episodes here, we tackle a topic. So like Diana said, it's going to be discontinuous data sampling with our special guest, Dr. Carey. And for those of you who would like to have a chance to read the articles we'll be reviewing before the episode, so you can listen to us and say, that doesn't sound right. Although, I mean, don't do it for this episode because we have the author of one of the studies. So, I mean, please don't write in and tell us how wrong we were in discussing it because we'll have the author there, folks.
Just tell her.
You can call you. So we'll let you know what those two articles are. If you want to go in fresh and read them later, that's fine too. So the first article we'll be discussing on that full-length episode is Evaluating Progress in Behavioral Programs for Children with Autism Spectrum Disorder via Continuous and Discontinuous Measurement by Cummings and Carr. That's from 2009 in the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. And then we'll have Dr. Carey's article, Effects of Data Sampling on Graphical Depictions of Learning by Carey and Bourret from the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis in 2014. So get ready for that. That'll be coming out next week.
Woohoo! So every time that you say get ready, I think of this TV show from the 90s, and it goes, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to clown around?
What show is that?
Nina and Molly are clowning her dolly on the big comfy couch.
You know why you saw that one? Because you were up in New York. That's a Canadian show.
I love that show.
Do you want to hear a fun fact about the girl who was on the big comfy couch with the red nose? She was the voice actress in an old PlayStation video game, Resident Evil 2. Yeah.
I did not know that.
It was a hot game back in 1997
Wow.
Did she still have the red nose?
No, she played the character.
Oh,
she played like
cool.
a character who fought zombies.
I'm excited about that and excited about listening to our episode while I'm driving in my car.
Yeah. So Carey and Bourret 2014 may sound familiar to listeners who've listened to our episode 17, which was with Dr. Amanda Karsten and on the ethics of data collection. We didn't review Carey and Bourret in full in that episode. We basically just said,
brief mention.
You should also check out Carey and Bourret. They did some cool stuff too. And now we're going to go into it in full detail.
Yes. So
in a lot of detail.
Get ready. Yes. Get ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's getting us ready for the new episode. So let's move into errata section. This is the section of the preview episode where we talk about things that we learned since the last episode. If people write in with mistakes we made, if we find mistakes we made upon second listening, or just kind of to share thoughts from the behavior analysis community at large or the world at large that we might have.
Yeah, so I do have some errata from our school refusal episode. One of my graduate...
Episode 58.
Yeah, one of our previous graduate students called me out. Mm-hmm. Her name's Natalie. And
hey, Natalie.
Natalie's getting a doctorate now in Florida. Way to go, Natalie. But she was like, Jackie, when you're talking about school refusal, you were talking about people getting their GREs, but you really meant GED. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I did. So, sorry, guys.
Oh, do you want me to... Because I could take down the notes of things I hear you screw up when I'm editing these podcasts. I could share that, too.
No, that's okay. Thank you for that.
Thanks so much.
I know
I've learned so much about how you guys pronounce words in ways that are not the ways the words are supposed to be pronounced by editing.
Really?
I give myself poetic license. For me, definitely, 100%. Yeah. I say words wrong all the time. One time I made an OSHA video, and I said a really hilarious word wrong, and then they showed it to like 700 people, and everybody laughed and brought it up when they saw me, and it was really embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
It was a very inappropriate word too.
It's more like idiosyncrasies of speech. It's not like that word's wrong and you sound stupid. It's like, oh, that sounds different.
Yeah.
But I don't pick it up if you're just talking.
Yeah.
But you can hear it.
Southern.
Yeah. So for you, I think it's Southern.
And it's because I'm almost Canadian.
That's true. Yeah. But I know like the shapes of the uhs you make. I know the patterns of speech you have. You learn a lot about people by like staring at the vocal patterns of their voice. I
think my husband should be jealous. You probably know more about my voice than he does. Yeah.
So
I have some other things too.
Other things sound good.
So we had a listener email us with this awesome poem.
Do you say it like Diana? Speaking of weird words, poem.
That's me trying to say it correctly because I really say
how do you say
poem.
It? Yeah,
poem. It's a poem.
It's
a poem.
So anyway, we got a poem. Whatever.
Who wrote this poem?
Tova Rottenberg.
Okay.
So she says, "Hi, Robert, Diana, and Jackie! ! I'd like to thank you for all that you've done for making ABA so much fun. I've listened to your podcasts, each and every one, and I've enjoyed it a ton. You're so down to earth and so very clear. Your podcasts are a pleasure to hear. I've learned so much and continue to learn more. You guys have the best podcast for sure. Although I've listened to quite a few, no one can beat you. Thanks so much."
Wow!
I know. And when I was listening to it, I was like, this is amazing. I kind of want to sing it, but I can't figure out a tune.
I think it's just a
It's just a poem.
From our research, we only know
so
3 music
awesome.
chords. We can only play those 3. So
Tova, thank you.
that was really nice.
So
that was
sweet.
really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So thanks, Tova. And also, I wanted to just put a mention out that Andrew works... Anuj. Sorry, I'm the worst. At pronouncing anything.
It's
really.
okay.
He wants us to mention that he has a top behavioral analysis YouTube channel list. So if you're looking for ABA on YouTube, you could look for his YouTube channel. It's blog.feedspot.com, behavior analysis YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that.
Cool.
And we're on the list.
And we're on the
We
list.
made the list.
So
I would
is
hope- I
Behavioral
would
Podcast
hope we
and
did.
Behavior Babe.
Yeah.
And, you know.
It's nice to be on the list because we dump a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I would really be sad
go
if
check it out.
nobody watched it. I mean, nobody does watch it,
That
but
was
at
nice.
least it
Thanks,
comes up in a
Anush.
search engine.
Yeah. So, and those are the things that I have. And then one other thing, Grace Millsoff, who is another one of our listeners, said, "Dear Rob, if you ever use my cat in a research study, you will have to change his name. His name is extra cool. It's Race Carr, and a lot of people know him."
Oh, okay.
That is a really great name.
And she said, "You don't want any issues from us with fur paw violations." And it's funny, I actually didn't get it for a few minutes. I was like, fur paw, what does that mean? And I was like, oh, that's...
I was glad she put that in because when I first started reading, I was like, is she mad at me? What did I say? I felt so bad, but then it's all.
That's a great name.
Yeah, so
I
then
love
I
the
told
name
her...
Race Car.
Yeah, so then I told her because
Same forwards and backwards.
Yeah, I never knew that, but it's so true. I told her since we did an episode on puppies just recently that we'll try to do an episode on cats as well.
Are there favorite
I don't know, so
research
we're gonna
articles
have to-
about cats?
We're going to have to look because...
Because respond to reinforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats.
But yeah, so then that's all I have for our social
Those
media.
are awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
So
that.
thanks, everyone.
Very
Three good
nice.
ones.
Very nice. Let's see. Anything else?
Let's end on a high note.
That's about it.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Well, it's kind of a brief one. We got right to the points this episode because we were ready to go with such nice
I got
emails.
some pasta on the stove.
Oh yeah,
I
Diana
gotta
is
go.
making us record based on what she needs to cook. So
But we're in the studio, guys.
yeah,
We're in our studio.
in our studio with an attached kitchen. So if you would like
Very
to
swanky.
write to us, whether to have us read your email or just to share some thoughts, you can find us a couple different places. You can send us an email at abainsidetrack@gmail.com, or you can find us online at abainsidetrack.com. We also have a Twitter and Facebook page account and pages. They're just ABA Inside Track. You can find us there. We try to put up kind of funny articles about the world of special education, management, issues of women in society, because that's actually one we had a special guest on
Episode 45, Devin Sundberg.
Yes, talking about women in behavior analysis. So sometimes we'll find
Check it out.
interesting
That's a good
articles
one.
about women in other technology fields, other scientific fields. And then we try to get something funny about science on Saturday and then something nonsensical on Sunday. So those are fun times to check out the Facebook page. And those go up on Twitter too. We're also on YouTube where you can find this, or you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. I think we're on Spotify, any of those places.
Or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Wherever you listen to your podcast too. Yes, so please reach out or leave us a review, however you like. All right, so we'll be back next week with our full-length episode on the subject of discontinuous data measurements with our special guest, Dr. Carey. But until then, keep responding. Bye.
Bye.